Honesty, integrity, probity. You hear these words all the time, right? Especially when we're talking about ethics. And look, it's super easy to think they're all just, fancy words for the same thing. But what if I told you they're not? They're actually like a ladder of ethical conduct, and each step up asks a little more of us. So let's really get into what that means.
So, really, are we just talking about synonyms for being a good person? The short answer, nope, not even close. A better way to think about it is like a pyramid. Each of these virtues builds on the one that came before it, creating a stronger, more demanding ethical standard the higher you go. And honestly, getting this difference is key to understanding what we should really expect from ourselves, from our leaders, and from our institutions.
All right, let's start at the very bottom of that pyramid. The foundation, the bedrock for everything else we're going to talk about today, is the most fundamental virtue of them all: honesty.
I just love this phrase, the minimalist virtue. It's perfect, because at its core, honesty is really about what you don't do. You don't lie, you don't cheat, you don't try to deceive people. An honest person just communicates the facts as they see them. It's the absolute starting point for any kind of ethical behavior.
So what does this look like in real life? Well, it's pretty straightforward. It means you're laying out the facts, no spin. You're not trying to mislead anyone on purpose. It means, not using the office printer for your side hustle. And hey, if you mess up and your boss asks, you own it. Plain and simple, you're not lying. That's honesty.
Okay, but here's where honesty kind of hits a wall. You can be 100% honest and still do nothing. Think about it. An honest person won't lie about a problem if you ask them directly, but they might not step up to fix it. They could see something wrong happening right in front of them, and because it's not their job to lie or tell the truth about it, they just stay quiet. And that gap, well, that's where our next level comes in. So, let's climb up to that next level of our pyramid. This is where we go beyond just telling the truth, and we step into the world of integrity. This is where your actions have to line up with your words. It's all about walking the talk. This quote right here, it just says it all, doesn't it? Integrity isn't about what you do when people are watching. It's not a performance. It's about your character when you're completely alone, when there's nobody there to pat you on the back or call you out. It's your own internal moral compass pointing you in the right direction. The key word here is consistency. Someone with integrity has a solid moral code, and they actually stick to it no matter what. Their actions consistently reflect their deepest values, whether it's easy to do or really, really hard. They don't just say the right thing, they do the right thing.
Let's put these two side by side for a second. See? Honesty is all about your words, your communication. Integrity, though, is about your actions, your character. So the question for honesty is, am I lying? But for integrity, the question gets deeper. Am I doing the right thing? You can feel right there how integrity is just a much higher, more active standard. And here's the crucial link. You absolutely cannot have integrity without being honest first. But you can be honest without having integrity. There's a classic story from the Mahabharata about a warrior who says something that's technically true, but it's incredibly misleading, and he does it just to win a battle. His words were honest, but his actions, they were a total betrayal of his own principles. That right there is the difference in a nutshell.
And now, we've reached the very top of our ethical pyramid, probity. You hear this word a lot when people talk about government or big public institutions, and there's a really good reason for that. Probity takes us beyond just you as an individual and into the realm of the entire system. The word probity actually comes from the Latin word for good, and that's exactly what it is. It's the highest possible ethical standard. This is the maximalist approach. It's not enough to just have integrity inside. You have to have proven integrity. You have to be completely, demonstrably incorruptible.
This distinction, wow, it is so clear and powerful. Integrity is personal. It's about you, the self. But probity is institutional. It's about the role you hold, the office. It's all about making sure that the entire system, not just the people in it, operates with absolute, unquestionable ethical purity.
So how do you actually build this kind of institutional standard? Well, it stands on 4 pillars. First, you need individuals with integrity and uprightness. That's a given. But then you need to build systems of transparency so we can all see how decisions are being made, and systems of accountability so that people are actually held responsible for their actions. It's the combination of all 4 of these that creates real probity.
And this is the real end game of ethics. Probity is proactive. It's like a hard shield protecting the entire system. It's not about just hoping people will do the right thing. It's about designing a system where it is incredibly difficult to do the wrong thing and very easy to catch it if someone tries.
It's about creating an environment where corruption just can't survive.
So we've made the journey. We started at the foundation of honesty, climbed up to the personal commitment of integrity, and reached the institutional fortress of probity. Let's put it all together one last time for a super clear picture.
Just look at how these concepts build on each other. Honesty is focused on your communication. Integrity is focused on your character. And probity, that's focused on your conduct within a whole system. The standard keeps getting higher, from simply not lying to being consistent with your values, to being completely and utterly incorruptible. It's a clear, logical climb from a personal virtue to a massive institutional ideal.
If you only remember one thing from all this, let it be this simple breakdown. Honesty is just telling the truth. Integrity is living that truth, walking the talk. And probity is building a system that guarantees that truth is upheld by everyone, all the time. Simple as that.
And so the question really comes back to us, doesn't it? We all know how to be honest, but what's our next step? How do we take that basic honesty and build a real life of integrity? And maybe even bigger, how can we, in our own jobs, our own communities, our own little corners of the world, help build systems that have probity? The challenge is to move past just telling the truth and to start actively building a better, more ethical world.